Welcome back, everyone, to Lore of the Shadow. The good news is that we are rid of Mordrebor. The bad news is it means he's escaped and is heading back to Amarthiel. What are we going to do now?
How can I be of service?
There are no words for the evil Mordrebor has done to us this day. I thought that we had seen the last of the grief that we could cause, but the treachery that sent Laird willingly to his doom is as naught compared to the sorrow I feel for the loss of my kindred. Kolhamnir, Karkamadel, Tadan. Too many lives lost, and in the very heart of the place that we held safest. How could Angmar strike us even here? We can't search for Narquil now, Pine Lore. Mordrenbor has dealt a fatal strike against my kindred, and we must rest. My people need time to grieve. They can't fight on forever in the face of such losses. I'm sorry.
What do you need?
My people need time to mourn, or they will be unable to continue this fight. The greatest weapon Angmar wields in the war is hopelessness, an overpowering dread that seizes the hearts of good folk and saps their will to stand against evil. It has been brought to bear here in Tinadir with terrible success. I have sent my brethren to gathering stones upon Omnuminus in search for them to construct cairns for our fallen kindred. If you would travel to the great city and help with the collection of these city stones, I know that Tadon, Kohamnir, and Kokamadel would be honored by your service in their memory. Alright, now, collect city stones in Omnuminus. I think I can do that. And I think the small fellowship rating on this quest is going to be a huge exaggeration. I suppose while I'm here looking for stones, I could kill an Angmar or three. It's not like it's all that tough considering the level difference at the moment. There you go. For Lairden, for the Rangers whose names I keep on forgetting, unfortunately. Oh well. Ah! That should be an appropriate stone. And no, don't ask how I fit that into my pocket. I don't know either. Will these stones do?
What do you need?
These will do nicely, and I thank you for the gesture. There is still no word from Torquir or Gathoniel. It seems that Amarthiel has been delayed in the beginning of her research, or she busies herself with celebrating the escape of Mordrebor and the deaths of my people. We will have our vengeance upon them both, but the time of this is coming. It arrives too slowly.
How can I be of service?
It's time. There's a place not far from here in which Carcamadel was particularly fond of in life. Baradrath, an overlook crowned by the ruins high above the Nenwale. That the tomb robbers had made frequent use of it is a sorrow to her. We have decided to build the cairns for our fallen kindred at its crest. Will you join us in remembering our fallen and to add a stone to the cairn? Speak with me when ye are ready. Yes, let's go.
Too many of the Dunedain have fallen to the ravages of one who is their distant kinsman. There is a time for mourning, but is this that time when the champion of Angmar might secure her ring, Narhuil?
How can I be of service?
The air is chill, and my heart is heavy with sorrow. All battles bring grief in their train, but beyond the veil of sadness lies the hope of victory. It is time. What news of the tomb robbers? We have driven them from this place, and they will not return. Fine, Lore, I have a request for you. Yeah? We go now to build cairns over the fallen kinsmen. Dunedain all. We go... Yes, alright. I want you to place the capstone on each of the cairns. Me, the capstone. Alright. If we say so. I know that you are of hobbit kind and not Dunedain, but I feel that this is right. Our people must stand together, even in grief. Wish this fog will lift. Bleary this morning, that's for sure. Yeah, that. Oh, okay, well, maybe evening then, alright? Ah. My friends, we have come to Beredrat to sorrow the loss of 3 of our kinsfolk. Their names are always to be remembered: Tadan, Kolkamnir, and Forkon. Imran, if you would begin. I knew Carcamadel for many years before we came to Ivendem. She spoke often of a numinous. I wish you could have seen it retaken. I did not have the opportunity to know Carcamiel very well. I curse Angmar for depriving me of it. Pine Lore, would you take place and place the final stone here? Alright. There we go. Our losses have been severe, our pain great. But the Dunedain fight on! So, you could always count on Cothamnir for a laugh, no matter the situation. I remember once when I was cleaning the vase, it slipped from my fingers and shattered. Cothamnir wanted to bury the pieces, so that I would have an ancient relic to dig up days hence. Right. He laughed and laughed. Cothamnir was quick to laugh. When we avenge on you, friend, Angmar will fear the wrath of the Dunedain. But he knew the importance of strength. Okay, yes. Okay, let's put the capstone on again. There we go. These will always be losses in war. There will always be losses in war, yep. And yet there is one among us who can put an end to our long sorrows. The line of kings remains unbroken, and with that knowledge our fallen kin will be at peace. Kugmanil, please? Sorry, I can't get these names right. If you came for accurate ranger names here, you came to the wrong place. No words of mine can do justice to Tadan's memory. He volunteered always for the thankless task, with no thought for himself. The world will be poor without him in it. Be at peace, my brother. The capstone of Tadan's cairn, alright. The one that I knew the most. For better or for worse. Well, wait. Look there. It's Fleetwing, the raven of Tograthir. I'm Amartheel's forces are marching through the Evening Gate. It has begun.
Greetings.
Trogathir has done as he said he would, for this is his raven, Fleetwing. Amartheel's troops are leaving this land by the Evening Gate. We must depart this place, Pinelore. Thank you for attending with my people, and for your part in the remembrance of our fallen kin. Let us leave Baradroth. I hope one day to return here to the cairns of Tadan, Carcamadel, and Kolhamir, and share with them the news of our victory over Angmar and its treacherous regent. Yes, I hope that will soon happen. With that done, what's the next step?
How can I be of service?
I thank you again. You didn't know Tadan for long, but he was a good man, and I know he appreciated your visits, despite the dangerous tenor of the duty in which he found him. I don't blame him for what happened, and I ask that you don't as well. Mordrenbor has ensnared folk greater than you or I. I feel that my people will be able to fight once again, and with renewed determination. We will not forget what Mordrenbor and Amarthiel have done, but neither shall we wallow in our grief. Our vengeance, when it comes, shall be magnified tenfold by our losses, and they will regret their misdeeds. Very well.
What can I do for you?
I had hoped that we would learn something of Narquil that might aid us in finding us before the Agrim, but that hope, like so many others, has been dashed. We have been delayed by Mordrenbor, and now we must follow Amartheel's forces eastward, where I had hoped to stay before them. No matter. There are many tall hills between here and the wilderness of the Trollshalls, and if we are to follow, we will do so knowing what to expect. You should leave Avendem heading east and pass through the fields of Fornost. A short distance northeast of Trestlebridge stands the great hill of Amon-Raith. Stand on its peak and look eastward. If you see the Agrim ahead of you, continue to Amon-Sul, which is called Weathertop by many in the Lonelands, and do the same. Look eastward from its summit. I'm worried that the Agrim may attack villages along the way. By scouting their positions from their heights, you will be able to learn of their progress and follow them wherever they are headed. So find the summit of Amon-Rath. Ah, here we are at Amon-Raith. I guess on the summit we stand on top of the building that's on top of the summit. Let's look to the east. That would be this way. Far to the east, a cloud of dust marks the passage of the Agrim. Well, what did I expect? Well then, let's see if I could get to Weathertop. Ah, back up to Weathertop. Now, we need to look to the east and see if we can find anything there. How about this place right over here? It was good enough. Far to the east, a company of Agrim crosses the last bridge. Well, that means they made it to the Trollshalls. We have arrived at the last bridge. So let's see if we can find anyone around here who is willing to tell us if an army of Agrim marched through. I'm assuming that if anyone were watching and an army came through here, they would have noticed. Ah! Here we are. Hello there, Aflock.
Megavonnen?
Ah, you're seeking the Agrim that passed this way not long ago? I saw them coming from a great distance and managed to hide myself before they arrived. I feared I'd be found, for the head of their number marched to man of great evil, a black Numenorian, if I don't miss my guess. It seems to me that he stared right at my hiding place, but at just that moment he was interrupted by some thought that caused him to turn his gaze off into the distance to the west. I know not what it was, but he shortly resumed his march, and the company passed into the east. Okay, well, he could feel me from that distance. That is quite a scary thought. Your face tells me that you have had dealings with this man, and the memory is full of sorrow. Well, that's an understatement. From what I've overheard, it seems that their course lay to the south, amongst the cheerless lands of Tal Bruinen. My sister Candelith has a company in Tal Bruinen. To reach it, follow the road east of here until you are nearly within the sight of the Bruinen, and you will come to the dirt path that winds southward along the ruin on to the left of the tall rock face on the right. Stay on the path even as it crosses streams and winds through the underbrush, and you will surely come across one of Candelith's scouts, who can guide you to her camp. Tell Candelith of the Angrim, and that they came to this land of her watch. Tell her as well to be wary. I fear to think what errand would have brought this black Numenorian so near to Imladris. Yes, probably best that I don't tell you at the moment. Hello there, ma'am. I was sent by your sister.
What do you need?
You bring warning from my sister that the Angrim have come to Tal Bruinen. Her warning is welcome, but my scouts have already encountered the enemy. Do you know why they've come to this place? Can you tell me what brings them to these woods so far from their evil homeland? That's a long story.
Will you lend me your ear?
Your story fills me with concern, Pine Lore. Tal Bruinen is a dark and wooded land, and the ring for which Amarthiel seeks could be anywhere. If the Angrim have some guidance as to the location that we do not, I can see little chance that we'll be able to find it first. My scouts tell me that the Angrim seem particularly interested in the small ruins that dot the landscape of Tal Bruinen. If you could journey to some of these ruins and defeat the searching Angrim, I will contemplate upon possible places where a ring such as Narquil could be lost. I fear that the errand may be hopeless, though, but perhaps Narquil, if it is within this wooded land at all, will evade the Angrim as well. Well, we can hope on that. So defeat Angrim scouts and Angrim searchers. In other words, defeat Angrim. Ah, here are some ruins. Let's see if I can find any Angrim up here. Angrim searcher. Yes, I think that qualifies. Well then, let's end his search. Uh-oh. Hey! No. Alright. Perhaps that wasn't the best way to do that. But it looks like my links took care of the first one. Don't know how that happened. But we'll take what we can get. Well, that takes care of the searcher. And the links took care of the scout. So I guess I'm going to have to look for more of them. Ah! Another ruin. And more Angrim, it looks like. Now, can I do a better job of dealing with these folk than I did last time. Alright, there we go. And here's the searcher. What, would you get one of each in here or something like that? Is that a tradition? Oh no, there's a second scout. Did I miss another scout at the other place? I wonder if it is supposed to be 2-to-1. Well, I don't know. Oh no, there's a searcher up here. Well, and I'm searching for him. That's the problem is, I just can't. The buildings are alright, it's the trees that are making it tough. There we go. Now, I still need some more scouts. Oh, hold on. Like, right over there! Ooh! Sneaky, 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 sneaky. Just a couple more and I'll be done. I have dealt with their scouts and searchers.
What can I do for you?
You have done your part, but I must confess that my list of possible hiding places for the ring Narquil is very short. I'll tell you of them and let you judge for yourself if they seem to be reasonable to you. Alright, is this a Lore Master's Blade by any chance? Absolutely not! Not by any stretch of the imagination. Oh well. And then I guess I'll just have to sell it.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Yes. It looks like there are 2 places that I need you to search. What will I find there? We're going to have to find that out in the next episode of Lore of the Shadows.